Good
You just be
evening.
smiling.
I try to because sometimes when I see people live, they be looking shocked like they don't know that it's about to go live. So they always be looking like, is it time? Is it
Is
time?
it
So I
time?
always try to make sure that I look like I know what's about to happen.
It's time.
Because people
Okay,
look like,
you
oh. Or you can see them pushing the
is it
button in the
us?
camera. They be real close to the screen, like, I'm
And
going to push.
that's
And now, I don't want to do that. So I always purposely smile. Good evening, everybody. Hey. We are live. It's Wednesday.
it's Wednesday. Um,
It's Wednesday, and we are here. We didn't shuffle and sweat today. We actually got
we
ready.
was on time,
We were on time
y'all.
today. I'm so proud
I
of
feel
us.
like it's my light.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey,
Riley,
hey. I love when my sisters be here on time. We look.
wait,
Hi, y'all.
see. Hey guys. Hey.
Oh,
Hey guys. Okay, so I feel like today is a jump right in
you
kind
want
of.
this to be a jump right in?
No, because
I
what's
don't mind a
first?
jump right in.
What's
Jumping right
first?
in. I jump right in. I
Let's
jump
jump
right
right
in.
in. Let's jump in.
So, for those of you who don't know what Conversations is, this is conversations that we have, regular, everyday conversations that we have with each other.
Yes,
That's it. That's
that's
it.
all. That's it, and that's all.
So everyone knows that Candace and I are both married women,
Are we? No,
right?
I'm just playing.
We're both married. How long? How many years you been married, Ken?
10. 10, 10, 10, 20, 20, 10 years.
Ooh, that's a long time,
And I
Ken.
was supposed to have me a um what you call it, a redo. I was supposed to
Uh-huh.
have me a redo at this 10th year, but that didn't happen. So
That's all right,
that's
because
why
we're
we
gonna have
here
us
to
one
not
because
just
I need to put on a dress and things. So
yeah,
that
we didn't
shall happen.
yeah, we were supposed to have us a little redo, but we'll see.
10
And how
years.
long has
Okay.
it been for you?
Sam. Sam.
Oh, you almost a 10,
I
friend.
know. I know.
I
I
didn't know
have
it was
been
3 years after me.
I have been married for 7 years.
How long did y'all date before?
Um, not long. It was like months.
Really? Only
Yeah, I already knew
months?
what was up. I already knew what was up. I listen, when you become of age, ain't nobody got time to play games.
Wait a
So
minute.
do you need to know my story?
If you want to tell it.
I can tell it.
Okay, tell your
No,
story.
we dated for a few months and we got married in that same year.
I don't know why I thought y'all was dating at least a year.
I
No?
guess all of it happened in the same year. Yes, it
I
did.
didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've been
Mm-hmm.
dating. I was dating for 6 years before, but we got together young though. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
y'all was full on adults.
Full
So
on adults. Yes,
so that's
absolutely.
something different. We got together young. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
about
Look,
six
so oh,
years.
okay, y'all talking. Yes, we're talking about marriage on tonight. Yes,
Yeah.
we are. So this is not just for the married. This is for the unmarried too, because you might get some things that you need to hear on
Yes.
tonight.
But this is too if you're dating too. Like if you're dating and
Yes.
seriously dating and you're with somebody, this might give you a little insight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
tonight's topic is why did I get married?
Yes. Why?
Why? Let me see y'all in the comments. Wait, Amber, I'm gonna tell you right now. Amber, this
We're
is for
not
let
gonna
me
start
let
tonight.
me get my mic. Amber.
We're not gonna start on tonight
See,
now.
Amber be knowing. I feel like I'm in Amber's head. Amber be
Listen.
knowing. Oh my. Somebody says, oh my.
Okay. Okay, disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Here's my disclaimer.
You better give one too.
Let me open. I better right now.
Yeah, please.
I am a happily married woman.
Before people get the whistling, get the
Before everybody
whistling.
they went on there and said it. Why did they was talking about why? Let me just say it. I am a happily married woman. I love my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Period. And I'm a happily married woman as well. So
Okay.
tonight, but we are asking the question, why did I get married? Why? Because there's a lot of people that are getting married and it's because they want to stunt for the book and the gram. You know what I mean? They want to be able to put on them nice dresses, get all of the little people, get the people together, get them photos taken, get all that stuff. But before we get married, do we really ask this question? Why?
Why though?
Why am I getting married?
It goes beyond, ooh, we just click. And we gonna make some beautiful kids. It goes beyond, well, we vibe together. You know what I'm saying?
It goes past that.
It goes way past.
But what I want to know though is if you've never been married, how do you even know to prepare for something you don't even know is coming?
You don't. I feel that you don't. It's to me, it's almost like parenting. You're never really ready.
Nor can you really prepare for what's to come.
And people can tell you whatever because they're going to tell you what happens with their marriage or what works for them. But you're never really ready. You just decide to say, I love you so much that I don't care what happens. Me and you are going to do this together, period.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the choice you decide to make. It's like, I don't really care because things are going to happen, but it's the decision that you make to say, it's me and you, period. Which is a hard decision. Yes.
The American dream. Our culture do sell it as the American dream.
Yes, they do.
There's no guidebook. Each situation is different. Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, is it too early to answer this question? I may be a little off topic, but you're never off topic. Give it to us. This is a great forum. I have a question. How long should you be in a relationship until you get engaged? Is 4 years too long?
Oh, wait. Can we come back to that?
Yeah, that's why I said it's a little early. So we're going to come back to that question.
That's a very good question.
Because that's very, 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 very good. So hold that thought.
Give me this one too. Our culture, especially church culture, doesn't really push singleness.
You mean like, but and I wonder if they don't push it because they think about the celibacy part, because they know
everybody want to do the nasty is what it is, and you can't do the nasty unless you're married. So they like, if you out here finna get ready to do the nasty, you better go find you
you better go on down. You better go on, say them out. You better get them vows. You better get them vows.
That's what it is.
So that's probably why they don't push singleness, which I think they probably should. But and I want to say something else. Okay, so which part we had, kid? Was it something else you want to say on this part before I
know there's so much I want to say.
There is a lot to say. But I also want to say, as far as like church, and speaking of like Adventists, I know that because we're getting ready to talk about, spouses and different jobs and things like that. But as far as not pushing singleness, in fact, especially if you are holding certain titles in the church, I find that they're pushing you to get married, sooner, before, you get what I'm saying? Like if you want to be a pastor or this, because is it looked down upon for pastors to already be a pastor, but they're single and be dating? Like, is that something that's looked down upon? Why is that pushed so much? You're right. It's not pushed for them to just be single, because it's almost, it feels like to me, and I don't know this to be true, but it feels like they are being pushed to go ahead and have a wife before you graduate, and right at graduation, before you step into that title. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So
Ooh, so much. So I should be writing this down so we can make sure we
yes,
answer
yes,
all the things. Also, we are not licensed professionals, like we stated before. We are just good Judies who like to have a good conversation.
yes.
And these are all our opinions. And because this is our show, we can say what we want.
It said like picture perfect is a husband and 2 kids. Yeah, like that's the way to go. Like this is just what it has to be. But I don't think anybody's asking, why am I getting married? Why am I doing
Why?
this?
Why?
Why am I
Why?
doing this? What for what purpose? They don't think
Mhm.
the pastor can just date without bumping uglies.
But my kind of people. My
Honey,
kind of people. My kind of
yes,
people.
some people are not marriage material. This is
Listen,
true.
Erica got a word on tonight. She has
She
she
has,
has a word on tonight.
and
Okay.
Tasha too. They got words.
Y'all got words.
It's words on
Y'all
this
give
evening,
me
and we
words.
love them. Keep them coming.
But yeah, it's the why. It's the why. Why did I do it? Why did I get
Mhm.
married? So you want to answer that question, Candice?
Why did
Come
I get
on.
married? Okay, let me think back. Okay, let me go
Okay.
back.
Come on. Come on.
Back to yesteryears.
Oh.
When I got married, okay, so like I said, I had been dating for a while before I got married, and we met in college, right?
Mhm.
And the truth of the matter is, I've mentioned before that initially in the beginning, our situation was a little rocky. It was a
Mhm.
little back and forth, a little teeter totter.
Mhm.
So I remember I had already moved to Georgia, and I had been staying in Georgia for a little while. And then I had finally gotten my own place there. And then he decided he was moving to Georgia after a while, like after whatever.
Mhm.
So he wasn't gonna go stay with his mama. So it's like, I'm not staying with him. Come stay at your house. Like you my girl or whatever.
Right.
But I had an issue with that.
Mhm.
And my issue was, and just because of prior arguments, my issue was we done been together. Okay. We done been together a long time.
Oh,
We are
Lord.
adults, we grown. And I think I was afraid of it getting too comfortable. Now we
Okay.
live together. Now we've moved into,
Mhm.
it's easy to get comfortable. We already live here. We already like we married. What's the point? Why you gotta, buy the milk when you get, what is it when you get the cow for
You're getting
free?
the whole
You get
cow, honey.
the cow when you get the milk for free, or however the saying goes. So
Mhm.
for me, it had came down to, and I don't really feel like I gave an ultimatum, like you gotta
Mhm.
marry me or we're done. I just simply said we can be together, we can stay together, but we're
Mhm.
not living together. That's where I
Okay.
draw the line, because he had some thoughts that he had that
Mhm.
felt like, well, we
Mhm.
not married, so I shouldn't have to,
Right.
Okay, so what you're not going to do is move in here and get comfortable. So we
Okay.
could still be together, but we're not doing all of that.
Mhm.
And it was a conversation. We had a real conversation, and he was just like, I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. And I'm like, so what you been waiting for? Like, so I got married because I wasn't getting ready to shack up.
One.
And B, I felt like we have been together long enough. What are we waiting for? Are we
Mhm.
going to seal the deal, or do we need to move forward? Because I don't believe in wasting too much more of my time. Are
Mhm.
we going to be
Mhm.
together or we're not? Are we going to?
Mhm.
And then this was a time where I believed that marriage was significant in a way. Like,
Okay.
and what I mean by that is, now in life, if the same thing was happening with my thoughts now, I probably would have been fine. And I
Mhm.
know that's gonna
Mhm.
make people feel some type of way, but I just feel like the papers, honestly, what does it mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
What does it mean other than it means something to somebody? But I don't think they were signing papers back in the day. Back in the Bible days, was they going down to the courthouse back in Judea, wherever they was, they going down to the courthouse
Sorry
signing
about that.
scrolls? Was they signing scrolls?
Don't start no mess
So
tonight, please.
I just feel like now in life, what I thought it meant and the significance that I felt in it then,
Mhm.
I'm not saying marriage is bad and that you shouldn't get married. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for me, the way that I felt about it so strongly then was somebody else's ideals from me growing up in church. But
Okay.
now I don't feel like paperwork is a necessity. You just
Mhm.
make the agreements that you're going to agree. After a while, people being together anyway, it becomes common law marriage anyway. So, but that was that. It wasn't that
Right, right,
I
right.
obviously loved him. We had been together
Yeah,
a long
yeah.
time, and it was obviously something that I wanted, but that's just kind of how it happened. And I just felt like I didn't want to get comfortable at that time. I didn't want it to get comfortable, like, and then you never make the moves to be official or to make this be,
Mhm.
if that makes
Mhm.
any sense. So yeah,
Mhm.
but why did you get married?
I got married because, first of all, I was not looking. You know how people are here like, I gotta get me a husband. I gotta find me a
Hmm.
husband. I'm about to turn whatever age,
Yeah,
people feel like,
yeah.
and they be like, oh, I gotta find me a man because yeah, I was not looking for that at all. I was just, working, going to school, doing my thing, raising my son. Just so it wasn't something that I was looking for. Let me say that.
Hmm.
It found me,
Hmm.
right? And when it found me, I wasn't sure if I was ready for it either. What the it that
Hmm.
I'm talking about is pure love. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's the it I'm talking about
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
it was a kind of love that I had never experienced before.
Hmm.
So when I met my husband, I was kind of like, this is different. Like
Hmm.
it just
Hmm.
was it the whole the way we met and all of it was different, but I knew that I needed to be open to something new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I allowed myself to be open to something new. I didn't run it away because of my own personal, not thinking that I don't deserve it or whatever. I allowed
Hmm.
myself to experience something new, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
So I decided to get married straight off of you are my person.
Yeah.
You have to you found me. You've
Hmm.
loved me like I've never been loved before. You're
Right.
kind. It was all of that just balled into one, and I was just taking over by that, and that was enough for me. You know
For
how some
you.
people need. He got to be making this. He got to be doing that. He got
No.
to be doing that. The way he treated me and the way he cared for me and the way he just loved me was enough for
Yep.
me.
Yep.
So that's why I got me. And then on top of the fact that not only did he love me in that way, he
Hmm.
loved my son in that way.
Right. Right. Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it wasn't just me.
Hmm.
I wasn't out here by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He loved and accepted my child in that way. So
Hmm.
it for me it was a no-brainer. So with that, that's why it didn't take me that long because I could see his character. I can see the type of man that he was. I could see how he loved me and treated me. And that I didn't need nothing else.
Right.
I didn't care what you was driving. Didn't matter to me.
None of
You're
that.
you're my person.
You're my
So that's
person.
why I decided to get married.
Absolutely. No, that's
That's it.
good. No, that's good.
I don't have no deep. You know how people got all these deep things.
Deep.
Nope.
I don't have
No.
anything deep.
Uh-uh.
I don't have anything deep. So there's a few people saying the papers matter. Why? And I want you to tell me down here why the papers matter to you. Paper is a sign of commitment in an age where people are so eager to jump ship at the first sign of difficulty. So the paper somehow casts a spell to keep them from jumping ship even after they sign them. I'm being
Ships get
serious.
jumped and different papers get signed
With
for divorces.
there's other papers that you sign after that. So if anything, all that just helps is it puts in a place where you're able to demand certain things after you have papers. You're able to demand alimony and, you know, whatever else that comes with that, that's the only thing that papers do for you. Other than that, it doesn't keep somebody. It doesn't make them any more committed. It doesn't make them love you anymore. It ain't gonna make them stay with you no longer. The most them papers do is give you a legal right to his or her money, if that's what you want. It gives you a way to make people's life a living hell if they decide they want to leave or you want to leave. That's all the papers do. It don't keep them. It don't make your relationship no better. It don't make none of that. So, yeah, tell me, whoever said that, please tell me why the papers matter for you.
I think, but for me, I don't know if it's much so about papers, but I think it is the agreement and the covenant that I vow to as a Christian before God. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you're standing at the altar and you have decided this is what I'm going to do, you have created, that is what matters to me. Because I stood here and before God to say, all right, God, I am going to do this. And this is my promise to you and him to create, to create this bond and create this marriage. So the paper thing, my covenant and vow matters to me.
Right. Because you can do those vows without papers. All the papers do is make you, you know what I'm saying, legally bound some type of way to the government or something. But I think it's the vows. Like you can do like without signing all that paperwork, you can just decide to go. The two of you make vows to each other, seal it, seal the deal, and go on about your life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is the big deal that I made about it then. The way I know today, I wouldn't have made that big deal. It would have just been, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. So that's that.
So now we decided that we wanted to get married, right? And like all marriages, things happen. So most people get married younger, and throughout time, you change. Things change, life changes. Mm-hmm. So how do you adapt to changes in marriage without being like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to change with you. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let me read you my thing.
Okay.
So earlier I was scrolling the internet as I do, and I saw this and I found this to be very interesting. Now, this is a post that somebody made. And it says, and I want to know what you all think about this. It says, in order to make a relationship last, you really have to flow with a person as they change. It says, give them space. It said, my friend told me about his grandfather who was with his wife for 60 years before she passed. His grandfather said through all that time, his wife changed so much, it felt like he had been married with 8 different people by the end. It said, but he said the secret to making it last was that through all the changes, he never suffocated his wife with his own idea of who he expected her to be. Mm-hmm. Rather, he loved fully every new woman she became.
Now see
and this goes for men too, because they change too.
They change, and you have to be willing to love each person they change into. You have to be willing to evolve and grow with each other. You know what I mean? That's what matters, And before I got married, I didn't consider any of that. I didn't even consider myself changing. Mm-hmm. And like now, I'm sitting here saying papers don't mean a thing. You know what I'm saying? I would have never said that back then. But I think that the beautiful thing for me is that it's not just me who's all in and committed to loving him through the changes, but he's all in and committed to loving me through them too, because we've been through a whole lot. Mm-hmm. And he's like in it to win it. You know what I mean? And he's willing to say, you know, there was so many times where I'm done with this. I can't, but he wasn't. And then when he's done, like, you know what, let's just call it. Then I'm like, we gotta. So we've never been, it's always been one, you know, both, but at least one side pulling when the other person is like, felt like I'm done and I'm getting ready to throw in the towel. Then the other person is like, no, it's not time. And it takes that fight from both sides. Like when you don't have, it's not about, for me, 50-50. I believe in a relationship and in a marriage, you both have to pull 100%, because it's sometimes that one person, the other side, ain't got the strength, and you got to be the strength for the both of them. You know what I mean? And it vice versa. So I think that's so beautiful. Like, you got to love them, because I know I've been at least, it's in 10, I know each year I'd have probably been somebody different. I know it. And when I'm talking to him, and then he's a Gemini. So then, you know, that's already two sides to the story. So sometimes you got to say, okay, who I'm talking to today? Which one am I dealing with? So I can know how to address this situation. Okay. Which one is you? Which one are you? Who are you today? So that comes with relationships and marriage.
That's a lot. It's the changing, and it's the fight. I think that when I think about just fighting for my marriage, I think I'm fighting to the death. Do you hear me?
Yep.
It doesn't matter to me, and I guess it's hard to say when you're not in it, because, you know, when you're in it, you know it's different when you're in it. But I'm fighting to the death, because this is my covenant. These are my, and then especially when it's not just you and you have little people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about what you feel like. You know what I'm saying? It's about the whole. You know what I'm saying? Thing. So it's adapting to the changes, and even when it's real bad, because it gets really bad, y'all. So for anybody who feels like it's just them, it's not. Marriage gets really bad. Who said it?
Somebody on these papers, for real.
I'm telling
you, the papers are the key. That's because
somebody playing.
That's because you're planning for the demise of the relationship. Other than that, what do you need them papers for? What do you need them for?
I'm gonna keep singing.
Paper.
So.
Somebody said 50% on a test is a F. Let them know. That's right. You got to bring 100%. 100%. Let me read this one up here because I jumped down. It says, I've been married for 18 years. The secret was two things. One, the ability to adjust to your partner's change. And two, the commitment I wasn't going anywhere. Ooh. That is key. I'm not,
it's
because
the security of it all, though. It's it's the fact that, you know, I don't care how bad it gets, to reassure your partner that I ain't going nowhere.
I'm not going. That's the biggest part.
If you want to go, you go. But I'm going to be right here.
I'm going to be here when you decide you're ready to talk. It's got to be.
I'm not going nowhere. Period.
It's got to be like, no matter. And I wish I had the husbands on tonight, because Deontay said it, that, you know, you have to get to a point where there is nothing you can do to make me leave.
Ooh.
Now listen.
That's hard to say, Candace.
I looked at him and said, he was like, we gotta just make the commitment that there's nothing you can do that'll make me leave you.
Oh,
nothing.
Candace. That's
nothing.
But that's real. We're talking about
it's real.
Cheating.
We're talking about having a baby on you.
We're talking falling in and out of love. I'm talking all of that. I'm talking about losing jobs. I'm talking about all of it.
All of it. You got to be willing to love me through it. That's a lot. Why did I get married, y'all? Why did I get married? The papers for some people make it difficult to leave because of what you have to go through to get out of it. So they figure it out. You don't normally just walk away as easy. Now, that's true. That's true. So let me get on this video. Come on in. If you go back out, if the link is on a thing, you can come on, get on the video. Is that what you mean?
By the way.
is Danny Jr., by the way, who is about those papers. Let me see. I need to get on this video for real. Get on, please. It's right. Do you see the link? It's in if you scroll, it's probably right underneath this video, Danny. You can get on. We love to hear a male's
Get this right
perspective.
here. Get
Which
this right
one?
here.
Hit it. You
I
can't
got
hit it. Okay.
I got it. Would you say you were in love when you got married? In your opinion, should you get married if you're not in love? Y'all hitting us with some hard questions. Come on, Candace. Come on. Come on, Candace. Come on, Candace.
But how are you still together if you're not? Well, because I know throughout my dating life, there was some times that I didn't feel in love. I loved him. I absolutely loved him. Is why I was still together and trying to fight for it. There was some times that I didn't feel happy, about what was going on. It wasn't about the person. If you're not in love, should you get married? Even if you feel like this is your part, like at that moment, I feel like by the time you get married, you're not just out of love and walking down the aisle. I don't think anybody's doing that, but I do believe that throughout your dating time, there are some times that you feel like, now, are you sure, Lord? Because is you sure?
Should you be married if you're not in love? No.
Should you get married if you're not in love?
No.
You shouldn't. You absolutely should not get married.
There are a lot of people who get married just because
he got money.
Because they're pregnant.
They're pregnant.
All kind of things, and they're not in love.
Their families are pressing it. No, you shouldn't get married behind that kind of stuff.
I don't think so. That's my opinion. That's I can say what I want to.
I don't think you should get married if you're not in love. No,
I don't. Now, granted, you may fall in and out of love.
You might. That's what I was just saying.
You have to find different ways to love your partner. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This happens. This is real life. We talking about marriage. We talking about why did I get married? I'm just saying. Hit this right here. Hit this right here.
Marriage is sacred. Not everyone understand or value the entity of marriage because of the lack of morals, respect, and dignity among people is why marriage seems to have no importance. Marriage, the papers, the paper separates singles, states of importance. Am I reading this right? States
You're reading it right.
State the specialty. States the specialty of you. It also seals the commitment. Marriage papers. I'm sorry, I may not be reading it right.
That was a lot. But thank you.
It also seals the commitment. Yeah.
And marriage is sacred, period.
No, and bottom line, I got that. They say take the D word off the table, but each person has to be on the same page. Everybody is not ready for that level of commitment. They absolutely. I'm saying what Grace saying. Absolutely.
I'm saying what Grace is saying.
People get married for different reasons besides love. Remember, marriages used to be set up by parents. Now that's true.
Yes, they did.
That's true. And you may not be in love. And money.
But it ain't like that today now. Well, it may be in some countries. But
that is in some countries.
But here
love is the glue love is one of the glues that holds the marriage together. What's the other glues? Somebody
What's the other glues? Them kids.
Somebody can say them papers. Now, I want to talk about, because initially we wanted to talk about, this is so good so far, but we wanted to talk about being married to spouses who are in a service industry.
That require a job that requires a lot of their time to be given to others, as in a doctor or someone who is a government worker or a pastor or any kind of job.
Officer. I guess that's government.
Yeah. So married to someone whose job requires a lot of attention outside of the home. How do we deal with that? And if there's anyone in the comments who can relate to that, we would like to hear your thoughts on that too. But how, because that's one thing, because before you get married, unless that person is doing that job, when you're married, you kind of know how that works. But how do you adjust to being married to someone? And because women have those jobs too. This is not to neglect the men, but how do you do that? How do you adjust to your husband being gone and his attention being elsewhere and you being home?
So I know this probably sounds like we have completely jumped, but this was the whole
Not
reason.
to me, this part of why did I get married?
Okay, because part of mine is that I am married to someone, but now initially that was not the case. We were not, he did not have a job that made him have to be in and out so much and so frequently. So that is the case for me. And I never knew that I was signing up for
Test.
Is this mic on? Where was the people when we talk about the changes throughout and how people, let's talk about it. I didn't know that this was going to be the case. And 2 kids later, here we are. I did not know that this was going to be the case. So you factor all of that in on top of dealing with that. How do you deal with that? You know what I mean? And I don't think it would be so hard. Now, let me just say, initially when this job first happened, this was literally, for us in the beginning, this was literally what saved our marriage, to be honest.
Okay.
This job saved our marriage because it was finna be divorce. But him having to be gone so much was almost like a separation or a break that we needed. And when I say at first, it was like a good thing. This was a good thing. We had time to be apart, to figure it out and figure out what we were going to do and all of that. It really did save it. Now you factor in.
Do you think, wait, I don't mean to cut you off in the middle.
No, that's good.
So married people need breaks. That's what you think? Okay, I just want to throw that out there.
Is we lying? Is we lying in the comments, y'all?
Do married people need breaks from each other? Okay. You can. I didn't mean to cut you off.
This was something that it literally saved us. Like, it saved our lives. And here we are, 2 kids later. And now, there's a max for me. After a while, it's like, okay, I can deal with this many weeks or this many days. But then it comes down to, okay, here's the limit. I need you home. Where are you? Come get your children. Period. I think that for me, if I'm being honest, it's a little difficult now having 2 kids and trying to keep up with my business. That piece of it, didn't nobody tell me nothing about that piece. And that piece of trying to, keep up with everything and hold everything down while that's the case. What say you?
I think that has to be one of the most difficult parts for me now. It's the in and out of it all, and the no, I can't schedule anything because I don't really know what your schedule is, all of that kind of stuff. That's very, very difficult. I think the other part that is difficult is we have our routine, the children and I, and we know how our flow goes because we keep things pretty consistent. And because, he's gone, it's the bringing you back into the routine. And sometimes it doesn't really, go right. So then people want to be upset. It's like, well, you don't really get it because you're not really here. You know what I'm saying?
Not here all the time. This is the routine.
So it's not like we're trying to exclude you. This is just what happens. And it gets a little difficult. I think
Uh-huh.
that's the hard part for me. But I am grateful. I will say this. I am extremely grateful for, what it is that he does. And, he's a hard worker. I
And
can't
that
say nothing
man
else about that. Any man that's
and
out
that
here working
man back
hard gets
there
kudos from me.
from me, from
But
me.
as a wife, that would be one of the things that it's like, oh, no, that's the part.
Right.
And that goes with the changing, and that goes with the growth, and that goes with evolving with your husband. So
So
yeah,
do you feel like breaks are good?
I do. I think they're necessary. I just because I do think they're necessary. I know there are a lot of people that will argue to say, that could be with their spouse 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like the pandemic has really done a thing for a lot of us where we got to be with 24/7. Like everybody's working at home, the kids are home, so everybody is together all the time, every day, nonstop. So I personally, in my opinion, think breaks are good. I'm
Yeah.
not, but you better come back.
You gotta
Ain't
come back.
nobody, ain't nobody leaving for good now.
Yeah, and like Grace says, I believe we do need a break. It just needs to be understood what kind of break it is. We got to communicate. And it says sometimes you need that break to avoid the complete breakup.
I
This
agree.
is true. This is true. And is this something that we're thinking about while we out shopping and hollering at them bridesmaids? Did they buy their dresses yet? Did y'all all get the same shoes? Did you get your things? Who gonna do your hair? Who doing the makeup? Is this something we're considering
Yes.
when we
Yes.
decide to get married?
Mm-hmm,
Why
mm-hmm.
why why did we do it? Why?
Right.
Because it's true that you become one,
Mm-hmm.
but also I think it's important to remember that we're both individuals
Individuals.
first
Mm-hmm.
with goals and um you know things that we need to accomplish on our own
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
aside from each other. So I think that's important. But in that, it's just like there's no way to get around your life being affected by whatever comes with this other person, be it their changes and whoever else, their family, your family. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
so much that comes with it that I don't even think that we factor in or that we consider that I love you, but me saying I love you and I do to you, that means to all y'all. Cause like we said, it's gonna be some changes. I do not just to
Mm-hmm.
you, but whoever else of you that's coming down the line. You are directly affected by whoever this person chooses to be. You are
Mm-hmm.
directly affected. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something we need to remember. Let's say this.
Consider. Mm-hmm.
Boundaries and constant communication are helpful, and realizing that sometimes we've got to go with the flow, even when there's a set routine or schedule.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm
Yes.
learning to flow like water myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
whatever's going on, I'm just learning to flow like water and try not to fight against it. And I will say that, whenever he does come home, it's like, okay, so what we doing? What we got? What's going on? And he does, try to jump right into
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whatever's happening. But I will say, sometimes it's like the kids are like, hey, they look, hey, dada. They jumping and doing that, but
Yeah,
then
yeah,
they
yeah.
right back in my face, and I'm like, daddy's home, and it's just like, yeah, I know, but I'm used to coming finna ask you, go
Mm-hmm.
find your daddy, um,
I know.
yeah. Oh wait, I wanted to read this one. There aren't enough real and honest conversations before the I do's, and it's
Not
not.
at all.
It's not.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. Cause girl, no. Everybody like,
What
you
is
getting
a
married? Okay, good. Do it. Go.
go?
No. Tell me. Tell me
Yeah.
everything. I
Tell
need
me
to know
everything.
everything. And please, and the bad stuff. People don't ever want to tell you the bad stuff. I guess because I don't know if it's embarrassing or it makes them look like, well, you must not be a good wife if that's what's going on in your life. No, tell me so I
Tell
can be
me.
prepared.
Mhm.
Because I want to be as prepared as possible. Like if
Absolutely.
if I'm telling you that my husband has this job where he travels, let me know how it's gonna be. Like if you
Mhm.
know, tell me.
Tell
Ooh.
me. Tell me how it's gonna be. Says, what does a healthy break look like for your family?
Oh.
What's a healthy break look like for you, kid?
Let me see. A healthy break for just for me personally. Just let me just go somewhere by myself.
And you keep the kids while I go by
Yeah,
myself.
that's
Mhm.
healthy. I'm
That's
just talking about
healthy.
a weekend or like that's it.
That's
That's
it.
healthy.
Just a
Just let me
weekend.
go so I can catch my breath, I can regroup, and I can come on back. This is let me put my mask on first before I try to save everybody else break.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
kind of break I'm talking about. It's the
That's a
coming
healthy
back of
one.
it. You don't just go and leave. That's a
Mhm.
healthy break.
Yeah,
You just need a
and
little
without
time.
telling people. You don't just like, you
No.
know what, I'm out. And you ain't gotta say no. I think you communicate like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I need a break. I need to go. What weekend are you available? Let's
Mm-hmm.
coordinate. You can get the kids, and I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Sometimes you
healthy
need to
break for
be by
me.
yourself, but sometimes you and him need to
I
be
was just
together
about to say
without
that.
them.
Without them so that y'all can re-find each other. Because sometimes these kids get in the way. You be sleep at night, then you roll over thinking you finna snuggle up to your son, and it's
Honey, and
somebody,
you
and
got
it's a
a
little
baby toe right
pamper
there.
in your face, or it's the butt, or Taylor and Saint, they laying peacefully right there, face
Good.
smiling.
Get out of here.
You are not
This is
my man.
my time.
Get out of this bed. And
Get out
they
of here. Oh
snuggled
yes.
up.
Sometimes you got to do that,
Sometimes.
and I think a lot of times we get too involved in raising children that we forget to go on dates. And we have to go on dates, like real ones, like the kind of dates that you went on prior to being married. I'm talking about good dates. Let's get dressed up and just go out and have a good old time. Those kind of dates necessary. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you read the screen.
So if we are to stay in relationships for better or worse, would y'all have stayed like no, you play it like Jared Jackson's wife, or is that a deal breaker?
No, this is a serious question. I don't think
Okay.
they want. I'm not gonna tell them my opinion because they'll look
No,
at me
we want to know.
sideways.
No, we want to know your opinion. I only saw what I saw. I didn't see all of it. I don't know the extent of Derek Jackson and his wife's marriage. So I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Is
I don't know what
cheating
I
a
would
deal
do.
breaker for you? Is cheating a deal breaker for you? Bottom line, if your spouse goes out and cheats on you, is it a deal breaker?
No.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
So yeah, I didn't think anybody was going. I'm shocked because that's what I was getting ready to say. But
What
now,
you didn't think I was gonna say no?
yeah, I thought, okay, but
Oh
let me
no.
explain. Let me
Go
let me
ahead.
explain why.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna, because I'll save this for a different time. But I
Okay.
will say
Tell Amber stop yelling at me in
that
the comments.
Amber Am- Amber is it's Amber for me. It's always gonna be Amber for me. I will say that the deal breaker for me is, and again, I'm not giving my husband permission to cheat on me. So let's just be
That's
clear
not
in
what
the
we're saying.
comments. I'm not giving him permission to cheat on me. But
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I am saying that STDs and other babies are deal breakers for me. Those are hard limits for me. Now, he has not got my free pass to say, yeah, it's cool. You can go out and see whatever you
Mm-hmm.
want to see and do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying some things, a lot of things can be talked through and worked through.
And
Um,
counsel through, because
and
counseling must
canceled
take place
through,
and
but
pray through.
and pray through some things. It depends on what it is, though, y'all. Now, hear
Mhm.
me out. It depends on what it is,
It's just the
but
thought.
it's
It's
the
just for
thought
me.
is
It's the thought of my family just falling apart. It's that. It's the thought of my family. falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Just does a thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I will go and let it fall. If it comes, it's gonna have to go on come down if when it come down to respect though. Like you're not just gonna be out here. You're not just gonna be out here. So it's gonna have to go on crumble. But I will say that for me, some things we can talk about. Okay, but other things are hard limits, hard nose, and goodbye, figure it out.
Like domestic violence.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, mm-mm.
That's it. That's
no.
a deal.
Now this is true. If you having a full blown relationship with somebody else, goodbye.
That's something else. That's something else. This is true. But for me. But I know most.
Are we? And it says deal breakers. Deal breakers should be something done habitually without an end in sight. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now this is a good. What are we teaching? See, I think my internet might be slow because this stuff is coming up weird. But it says, but what are we teaching our children if we stay?
You talking about the cheating part, or are you talking
the cheating? The cheating. That's what you're talking about.
Do the children know that they're?
I was just gonna ask that. Do they know? But do they even know?
They shouldn't know.
They shouldn't know. They shouldn't even know about it.
Now they shouldn't know. So hopefully you wouldn't have to have that discussion until somebody's auntie done told at the family reunion.
Yeah. The barbecue.
You know how I work on the movies where aunties be telling people business like that.
Because like girl, you should talk. Like they were saying stuff like, when black people say certain things, when they say certain things, this is getting ready, letting you know they're getting ready to tell all of your business.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you're not talking. Because that means
go ask your mom about
go ask your mama. Go talk to your mama. That's Loretta Devine. Go talk to your mama.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I think
that's good. I think that is it's not a deal breaker for me, and I think I don't think I'm addressing it in a way that maybe my children don't know about it. I don't think they know about it. But either way, I like to be open and real and have real conversations with my kids now. And Taylor's 4. And I give a full rundown whether she understands it or she doesn't. So if it's something that they know and that they're privy to, then I'm just going to have a real conversation with them and just explain, my reasonings behind it. And that when they're old for staying and that when they're older, they're going to have to make their own choices. I'm not telling them that, if it's something that you don't like, you have to make your own. But I am understanding what you're saying about this, Amber. Like, what are we teaching our children about respect? Like, so I don't want to sound like I'm not hearing you, because I am. Like, what are we teaching our children? Because we lead by example, right? So I'm with that. I am with that. And all I can say at this moment is that I'm thinking of it in a way that they don't know. You know what I mean? But if they do know, you just have to be honest.
Because I have an older child, I'm definitely gonna tell you what it is.
Yeah,
I'm super open and honest.
You can't be
gonna tell you what it is.
You gotta let them know. You do have to let them know. So what you was gonna say?
No, I just was getting ready to read that comment right there.
I knew what was going on in my house. I was on my mama's side. Today, Lord. I was on my mama's side.
I was on my mama's side.
And that would be me. I'm on my mama's side. Whatever my mama say is what it is. And I'm be looking back and forth and look. Yep, that's right. So whatever you said, you go. I just want to look through here and see if we missed anything.
Oh, that was good. This was
if I were married, this is good. No, this was good. Amber gets on my nerves. Bye. Yeah. Okay, so now that you're married, kid, and you've asked, wait.
Somebody got something.
Somebody said, don't forget about that question. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
How long? Somebody said, "Don't forget about me."
Sorry. I know you ain't gonna click out of here without answering my
Now, don't
question.
forget about me. How long should you be in a relationship until you get married? Is 4 years too long? I'm interested to see what the ladies will say, especially since you all are married. So this is what I got to say.
Let me go first, because
Okay,
I
you go
was
first.
engaged the shortest, honey.
Okay, you
We
go.
met, fell in love, got married within months.
Months,
Okay,
baby.
and been and happy ever since. I think 4 years is a long time. Either when you know, you know. If you don't know within 4 years, we got a problem.
But we should ask how old this person is. I don't want to be in your
That's
business.
a good
But
question, Ken.
how
That's a good
old are you, though?
question.
How old are you? That's first off, if you would like to say your age. How old are you? Because when I was dating for all that time, it started from started from college, on up. I got married when I was 25. So, and I was still, that's still, and some people consider it young getting married. And we were young. We was petty and young and immature. So, and I dated for longer than that. So, just a little longer than that. And so I think it depends a lot on how old you are, because if you grown, somebody need to know, somebody better tell me something. And I mean fast.
Because you know what you want and you know what you want. Though I don't have time to play around. I know what I do not want. I know what I will not accept. I know what I want. So when you're of a particular age, you ain't got time to play them games. So I think age doesn't matter. Grace on the floor.
Grace,
what are we waiting for? When we spoke about the marriage being a covenant, it says a lot of people miss the covenant language of marriage. It said they cover all the things you may face in your marriage journey. Yes, this is
it does.
Grayson.
Those vows do tell you. They do. They is covering everything, and I think people just be up there smiling and ready to get that
the cheese
because they ready to juke at the reception, baby. They ready to two-step and post their pictures. That's how they ready for.
And go knock boots.
So this person says, I'm 35 and he is 36. He was married before for 2 years. It ended badly. This is what I want to say. So
what are you going to say? 35 and 36. He was married 2 years and it ended badly. Do you know the story? I guess you can only hear one side of the story. Have you seen anything during your time that may cause any red flags for you? Like you know. I wish I knew who you were, but you know when you know. 4 years, I think 4 years is a really long time. Like a long, long time. So you might have to look at that and reevaluate that situation, because I think 4 years is a long time. Somebody else says 4 years is way too long. Way too long. I don't know what happens to Ken, but here we go. Something else. What are his intentions? Does he want to be married? Ooh, that is a tough conversation. That is a tough conversation, but it's a needed conversation. Like, does he want to be married again? Did the last one scar him and he feels some kind of way? That's very, very good. That's very good. This one says, me too. I'm trying to hang in there for my daughter. So, y'all got kids too, girl. Oh my goodness, I do. I think 4 years is too long. Y'all got to talk about it. And yeah, a much needed long conversation. Let me tell y'all something. We've been on here a good hour. Y'all hung on in here. I think she's coming on back. You back? Because I was getting ready.
Lord knew I was about to pop off. My thing died. I didn't plug it up. I was about to go in.
Keep your thing plugged. We at 59 though.
Okay, we at 59. But what I want to say real fast about that, y'all too old. Y'all too old, and I get it. He has been through some things. But what I think is it's unfair for you to know that, okay, I'm still healing from something that ended badly, and it's unfair for you to start something new before you are healed from that old thing. Because why do I have to pay for what somebody else did that ended badly? You get what I'm saying? Why is that my fault? Why do I have to be engaged for all these years waiting
All of
for you
it.
to heal? So it's totally up to you, and whatever it is that you can stand, however long you feel you can wait, and whatever patience you have, because only you know what it is that you can deal and what type of love and all of that you have for him. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, I feel that it's borderline selfish. If you feel, and knowing that I want to be married, you have to date somebody who just wants to date just like you want to. But you can't get
Mm-hmm.
in serious relationships with people who you want to be married, but you ain't trying to do that because you had a bad breakup.
I
So
think you all should consider going to counseling. I think that will probably help a lot, so you can hear him out, because he might have some. He definitely probably has some stuff that he probably needs to heal from, and you all need to sit down and really talk about it with somebody else. Because sometimes when you try to communicate together, your point doesn't get across like it needs to. So if you sit with somebody, like somebody to mediate the conversation, I think that might help a lot too. But 4 years is too long. Period.
now you probably already clicked this because I was gone, but it said men
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what
we
they
did that.
want. It doesn't take long if he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was
Mm-hmm.
out of here for a minute. Sorry, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This was good.
This was good.
Every time we get ready to get off, it's like this one was real good. Y'all
This
see,
was good. Why did I get
why
married?
did I
Why
get
did I get
married?
married?
I'm
And why do
happy
I
to
want
be
to get
married.
married?
I'm
Yes,
happy.
are
I
you
am
happy?
happy to be married. I love my husband, but a lot of people won't say that how hard marriage is, but marriage is very, very difficult. But I promised my husband and I promised God that I will stick it out for the long haul. I have made a commitment to him and my children that no matter what, we doing this thing together forever. Period.
Forever. And same for me. I am very happy. Now, had you talked to me before, back in the day, it'd have been
Mm-hmm.
something different. But things have, because of us wanting to see it work and both parties working it out, things are so much better, so much like in such a great place. I'm so proud of the man that he has grown to be. I am even more so loving myself and who I am and have grown to be, because it starts there. I just want to be able to say really quickly, you guys, in looking for somebody or in dating, you cannot look for somebody to complete you or to any of those things. You have to complete
Or to
yourself
make you
first,
happy.
or to make you happy. You have to be happy with yourself first. A spouse and a partner is only supposed to add to those things. They're not supposed to subtract and divide from you, nor can they
Mm-hmm.
completely you and make you happy. So once I learned that and I figured out that I got to do that for me, but then he's just supposed to add to it, things started, flowing really, really good. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really
Mm-hmm.
happy in the space that I'm in. And that's just that. That's that.
That's it. That was
Yeah.
good. That's wonderful. Y'all, it's been a good old night. Thank you all for joining us tonight on this episode of
Can
Bombversation.
really quick, you said we need to figure out how to request to get on the video. You just have to, it's right there. The link is literally under the video. Like it's literally, if you scroll, you'll see the link from here on. I always post the link for you to click and it'll bring you right on here with us.
Yep.
So next time.
We'll be back next Wednesday. We here every Wednesday. Every
Every
Wednesday.
Wednesday. And whoever that is, Danny, if that's you still, please, and because there is a conversation that we want from the men, please inbox us real fast because we can have you on that one. That would be great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Because we
All
want to talk
right.
about what men want. So please join us. We'd love that. We need men to tell us what they want because I can't tell y'all. I don't know what a man want. All I can tell you
Right.
is what you're gonna get. And then I'm just
And you better
okay.
like it.
You better like it. Okay, go hit it, kid.
This is it. This is the end of this week's Conversations. Thank you so much, because this is where it's lit, honey.
And we're lit, and
And everything
everything's
is
lit.
lit. Good night,
Thank you guys.
everybody.
We love you. Bye bye.